All right, we're here today to, this is a fun day. We get to open up really a terrific facility here at Dias Field. It just looks totally different. I've driven by here a couple of times of late just to see if stuff's going on, but I haven't taken a close look, and I'm getting a close look, and I have to say, I'm really kind of blown away. My first reaction is I wish my lawn looked like that. It doesn't. That looks fantastic, but it did turn out to be exactly as we hoped, which is a first-rate facility. So just a little bit of background. Dias Field for a long time was the site primarily of the Greater New Bedford Little League for many years. The city had for many years primarily three Little Leagues: the South End League, Whaling City, and the North End. And this one went out of business 5 years ago for lots of reasons. But a lot of those teams, all the players, went to the other two Little Leagues, and so we had a surplus of Little League fields here. And a whole lot of demand for soccer. And soccer, as we know, New Bedford's long been a hotbed of soccer. Some of it has to do with the city. A lot of it has to do with the city's Portuguese roots. But it's always been a really important game to people. And the funny thing is, we've never had, except at the high schools, never had a regulation size field. It's always been catch as catch can when it comes to playing soccer. It hasn't deterred people from having fun and playing on facilities, on lawns that are smaller than they should be. But we really wanted to do something to build something that allowed people to play the game the right way. And so that's what we have here. And I just want to say I'm really there's a lot of people to thank, and I'm going to go through that quickly because I think it's important to note the work. But just by the tail of the tape, this is a regulation-sized soccer field. Behold, there it is. The mini pitch is also a nice touch, and it was made possible by the National Recreation and Park Association, who's represented here today, and we really want to thank them for their support of this project, which has been, again, as people will catch on to this really quickly, but this allows for essentially street ball, right? I mean, that's what this is, especially for younger kids, and you can play it all year round, which is kind of cool. I kind of like the goal too, right? The chain net and everything. It looks just so. It's all brand new, and it was funded from a variety of sources, primarily American Rescue Plan Act funds. And so I want to thank our congressional delegation for their support of the American Rescue Plan Act, affectionately known as ARPA. Liz Rhoda from Congressman Keating's office is here. The congressman supported the ARPA bill. I want to thank him for that. And this is yet another major project in the city that we've enabled to move forward by virtue of having those ARPA funds. ARPA has allowed us to do a lot of projects that we've long wanted to do, but we felt were just sort of out of reach. And we cut the ribbon just a couple of days ago on a brand new apartment building downtown that had enough ARPA funds in the financing stack to make that 45-unit facility possible. There's a long list, and we have these ribbon cuttings to highlight the use of public funds and not only where those funds come from, but also how we've used them. In the case of ARPA funds, what we did primarily was make people compete for them, make people compete, and organizations compete by encouraging them to ante up their own private funds in the case of private funding, and then to do public projects like this that have a high impact. So we're really pleased that we were able to pull that off. This was a project that was spearheaded by our Parks, Recreation, and Beaches Department, headed up by the woman to my right, to your left, Mary Rapoza. I really want to thank Mary for her leadership on this project. The added skills that Mary brings to the job to boot are as a trained landscape architect, and so Making it look just so is, of course, important to me, as you've heard me say so many times, but it's personally important to her, and she's got a trained eye to make sure that it looks just so, and that's why it looks as it does. And her talented staff played a really strong role in it. Val Costa and the whole team, all of you guys, just want to say thanks for the support along the way. The architect is Tim Garish of Gardner and Garish Landscape, who also did the Hazelwood Park croquet and lawn bowling facility, which if you haven't seen yet, it's pretty cool. I never thought I'd be into that kind of thing, but it is kind of a cool thing, especially in the summertime. It's a very unique facility, but again, it's these facilities underscore the importance of having great public spaces. When you have great public spaces, it brings people in, it creates opportunities for them to engage one another, and it creates community, and that's why we do it. I want to thank the park board, some of whose members are here. I think I saw Elaine Safiola somewhere. Where's Elaine?
She's back there, right behind the cameras.
She's hiding back there. So there's Elaine, hiding behind the cameras. Thank you, Elaine. I don't know if anybody else from the park. I haven't seen anybody else from the park board here today, but I want to thank Elaine for her support as well as the council. Ward 3 Councilor Shawn Oliver is here. This is a project that he's supported. Really called attention to Dias Field as a place where we should be investing, and indeed we have. It is, as it turns out, we've invested across in public spaces. We've invested ARPA funds in public spaces across the city, and this is one example. Major example of that. In fact, this is probably, I think this is, in fact, I'm sure of it, the largest investment of ARPA funds in public spaces is right here. This is it for this neighborhood. So we've tried to get a lot of neighborhoods to benefits of ARPA funding, but this is the biggest one. I want to thank again the National Recreation and Park Association who funded the mini pitch. Thank you very much. It is a really nice addition to this whole thing. It makes it distinctive, even more distinctive as a facility. The construction company, Dandel Construction, want to thank them for working hard and working fast and working the right way. It came in under budget, came in exactly as we hoped it would, and it looks great. Musco Sports Lighting, which has helped fund the mini pitch. They also have done some stuff with us over at Brooklawn Park as well. Again, that's another ARPA investment into lighting that really makes that park operational for more hours, and because they use LED, people don't have to climb up those tall poles to change the light bulbs, which is great. The trees, of course, that are planted around. You guys know how much I love trees, from the Department of Conservation and Recreation, as well as Groundwork South Coast, who's here today. I want to thank you guys for all of that as well. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Of course, our state delegation is supportive of all projects like this. Representative Chris Hendricks is here with us as well, so I want to thank them. Superintendent Andrew O'Leary just has, this isn't a school facility. There will be school children playing on this for sure. He used to live in this neighborhood, and he just has soccer field envy. That's why he's, or football as they call it in Ireland, the round football. This is, the superintendent has made a real push on, among other things, engaging students in athletics at an earlier age. Sports leagues count for a lot, and they also translate into better results in the classroom, and so that is something that's important to everybody, but especially the superintendent. So with all that, so I'm probably leaving out some details. There's a lot of people to thank. I'll make sure Mary will remind me if I haven't thanked everybody who needs to be thanked. But I'll just top it. I'll introduce Mary in a second. But I just want to say the takeaway here is that this neighborhood deserves a facility like this. The city deserves a facility like this. You can always save money by cutting corners. You can always save money by leaving stuff out. But it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't resonate unless everybody knows that there was a real effort put into it. That we stretched. That we did it as a team, and that we wanted to achieve a level of excellence that may have exceeded people's expectations. That's what this is about. So with all that, let me call up our Director of Parks, Recreation, and Beaches, Mary Rapoza. Mary?
Thank you.
You didn't catch any of that.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out for this celebration. We're so excited to cut the ribbon on this soccer complex and to get some teams out here. So I am confident that you're going to see a lot of soccer here in the very near future. And anyone who wants access to the facility should contact our office, or they can go to our website, which is www.nbprb.com, and you can find the permit process there so that your team, your league can start using this great facility. And I just want so appreciative to all the folks who have helped to make this possible. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some games out here. So thank you all. I hope to see you at some of those. Thank you.
All right. So you want to introduce Marlies?
Yeah, Marlies is here. So I'm going to introduce Marlies Ventura. Marlies represents the Liga Latina in the city. They're major men's soccer league in the city, and they have been looking for a home just like this. So I think Marlies is probably as excited as I am.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking the time of being here. And I just want to say that I am very happy for the hard working for the community, for whoever, took their time and everything, for the opportunity that they're giving us to the community in general, to be able to have a spot, to have each and every one of the guys, the leagues, regardless to if it's Latino, because that's what we have, the Latino, but that doesn't mean it's only for the Hispanic community. This is in general. We are very blessed and happy and privileged to have this opportunity of having a new feel for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlies. Something tells me this will be actively used really soon. So I assume you agree. Marlies, stay up here. Don't go anywhere. Come on, you can't run away. This facility, this park, is in Ward 3, and Ward 3 is represented ably by Shawn Oliver, who has long advocated for investment in this park, and so I know this is a happy day for him. I wanted him to come on up and say a few words. Councilor.
Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. Thank you, Mary. As you've heard today, there's a lot of thanks that needs to go around. I'm gonna leave somebody out. So in fear of doing that, I just want to thank everybody that had a hand in one way or another. Some physically, some financially, and some obviously just basic support. So thank you all. When I was first made aware that Dias Field was going to be no longer as far as operating as a baseball field, I had general concerns as a kid who grew up in the city playing baseball in all the various fields throughout the city. Seeing a complex like this close kind of touches you personally on a personal level, and so you automatically start saying, well, what's the future of that field? What's the future of the neighborhoods, the surrounding neighborhoods that are impacted by the closing of that field? And the Mitchell administration, along with Parks and Recreation, responded, immediately, basically almost not skipping a beat and not letting the field stay dormant for too long. Green spaces like this don't come up very often in a city as developed as New Bedford. So when we're able to revitalize and recommit funds to a project such as this, it really helps the community at large. You drive around the city and you see some of our parks, the baseball fields. It's not a whole heck of a lot of kids playing on them that I remember. You could drive around and there are kids playing pickup games, but you do see that at the various soccer locations throughout the city of New Bedford, that it becomes very difficult to find a place to play soccer. So to see such a historic type of moment, official field, official size, regulation size field opening up in the city of New Bedford for a ever-growing sport that's going to involve our youth and get them engaged and play hopefully throughout their childhood and into their careers and adulthood. I mean, that to me, I've learned a lot through playing with teams and stuff like that. So to see this and to know that this green space is going to be absolutely put to use, and it's going to benefit the communities as a whole, is really great. So I thank you, Mayor Mitchell, for your commitment to revitalizing green spaces like this and the hard work of the Parks Department. And I look forward to seeing many games being played here. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilor Oliver. I'm going to ask State Rep Chris Hendricks, who has been a big supporter of funding projects like this, to come on up and say a few words. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be very brief. I just want to thank, of course, the Mayor, the City Council, and of course Shawn Oliver for prioritizing, renovating this field. I grew up. My whole baseball, I played through high school, but I started here. Kona Sports Cubs on Dias Field. Any Kona Sports Cubs fans from the 80s? Well, we had a great team. Did you play on this field?
No.
I was trying to think. I was like, well, what team he was on? But anyway, this, I want to thank obviously Liz from Keating's office for a lot of ARPA money went into this. If we're hearing anything in my district about relative to soccer, is that we didn't have a regulation field, and there's such you drive by Riverside Park in the north end, there's such demand. There are hundreds of people there on the weekends playing soccer, and so but one of their main complaints was that we don't have a regulation field. We could have so much more if only we had that. So this addition to the city's parks, the city's soccer fields, is so significant, and I'm just so happy and pleased that the city, the mayor, and Shawn Oliver have really decided to prioritize this as an effort. So thank you all for being here, and I look forward to coming to the games.
All right, last up, I want to call Superintendent O'Leary up to offer some thoughts about the connection to the school department and students, but also as a soccer player to get his honest opinion about what he's observing here. Go ahead. All right, Andrew.
Thank you, Mayor. So I wandered by, and I'm just really in awe. And I think, again, the work of our Parks and Rec Department under Mary's leadership is something we take notes on at the school department, that this project was delivered with the additions, with the national partnerships, delivered on time, and is now ready to go just in time for this summer and the fall is just a fantastic achievement. And knowing how difficult these projects are, from design through execution to changes, it really is a remarkable achievement. And what's exciting for me is that our students, the students of this neighborhood, I think you can see the Carlos Pacheco School. It's a bustling school of 300 to 400 students, and as was said, our families deserve that. They deserve these recreational spaces. My boys grew up in Mansfield Street before we outgrew the house, and they are now at New Bedford High playing soccer for New Bedford High School. And so I can envision already students here who'll be learning soccer here, who'll have opportunities here, and they'll be turning out at New Bedford High soccer as well. So this is just such a great symbiosis for the school, for the community, and to connect with what we're doing at the school department. So I couldn't be more excited, but I promised to stay off the field. I promised my orthopedic doctor after my ACL that I would be staying off, but my boys will certainly be here. So thank you again to everybody involved.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. All right, just before we do the ribbon cutting, there are a couple of other people I just want to thank. The ARPA team, Jessica Bailey, Christina Connolly, everybody who Kate Miller, everybody who played a part in both helping us decide where investments should go, but also managing those investments once they were made, and handling all the reporting requirements that come with ARPA. Really, they do such a great job, and this is going to be a field that is that's going to be here for generations, and a lot of people are going to make memories here, and it's going to really, I think, in the long run, strengthen the neighborhood. And as Councilor Oliver was saying, give kids an opportunity to learn something that they can't learn as readily in a classroom, which is teamwork and hustle and all those things that come with playing a team sport. So we're really excited about it. We're ready to cut the ribbon.
Everybody, we'll go on the count of three.
Hold on, I gotta get my fingers out of the way. All right.
Okay, ready?
Go.
1, 2, 3. All right, congratulations.